106.3 FM. From what you know, and a demo no. Abapa ho etibiri no so anya so se enanyumre bani ni sujumadi no se wa fidie da ha na se wo hwe live wo Facebook ba Adom 106.3 FM yedemu a oman no se ne niam asikro oman ni mpuntuo enkanka ya manyosem ya yeye eno ho na dwumadi yede botayesi yani so se yebedi ache ni arese ne niam asikro eti nanyumre se yesi adwa abusua wonim se niam a ebobo ba Ema yehu sebere no aka kete ebere no aka no they say enadua wotwe kakra bi neguso na chesebra so se yadi kokromotie kwato ba ne yi nipa a wobedi oman nanim se mampadi na se yadi kokromoti na kwato ba busua eye dwuma na sese yeye eye dwuma nipa no a wo betena so no wo a wo kwato ba na bia wunim se dwuma na sese wo ye e wo se wo tena se na wo fa adwen na wo hwe nipa no a wo to aba ma no na nakura de decision no Ghana for dodo no ateki da Ghana for dodo no ateki da enunti na eni a ye bo ya ansa na ye be hwedwumade ya se no wuti nipa e wa santimantem na feedem na hye badwam no e beyire nipa no kan waka kan se ya mampani de beto ama na emom na hye badwafo no de adwuma wo hye ye bose bo ba wo beye no ye huhu nti ye ntomfa mabo enunti afi say ye kokromoti power na se Ghana for to aba decisions no chese kwanye woso ofaso na woto aba no eniema bosha wodo a eniema nwofo no mo hye ye beye no se say amanfo de wani de akire enu nti abusue enne se wo Facebook live a ye dem Adom 106.3 FM ubetumi ahwe no wadwe nche no de bi ato YouTube busu ye dem sa Adom 106.3 FM na enumere electoral commission penimfo so ena sabre wode abetu dwa na nyaba enu na da ho no se wuni pakro wo so waye wadwen se wo begina fimpinu ene aduonu abatwe mu a abusua nyankwan na adwo enyankwan na adwo yakase wo anusiri bi ya bese bia no da bi eyadwuma enya guro ne yedie na enya nkuro so ne yebo eti woni a waye krado sa afi wo beko no ene electoral commission say se waye wadwen so obedi mampani wo mayi mu a eye sika na wo se wutua yebo sika sese wutua no watumi akobi emrahye badwa akonwa no so waye wadwen so obepiribia ni nyina ewom na bushia se ye hyasie free 2012 a afimpinu ani edumienu mu no wonim sika na nka amanfo otua yemfa mampani de no nko a 2012 na ye say 10,000 yo 2012 ne na amanfo otua no and about 2016 and call 50,000 Ghana cedis and a film penny for 100,000 Ghana cedis. So you can see increment no one to moon said yes 2012 10,000 2016 50,000 and a 2020 100,000. It is a one dear and yet now be called one more also dear and now won't call Nanina muno or Maya Manyo Sama ye no ye be send you may say says CK no and no nebema yahu nipa wodimu and no nebebwa ma yahu se we sefate was so kwa na se e was here hwade foforo electoral commission sika awode na mu aduru ana se so se bidia wo kan se increment no so electoral commission 100,000 Ghana cedis mu aduru any 10,000 ayese wonum so e wonye wo premature badwadwa wontua no ebisi emu aduru na na ye behwe se democracy na ye ton no a democracy na ye boni donko ana se wasi ye den tutu ye gu akwam ne ye sonso ne ye nipa wodimu ema wo bega amanyosem wo mayimu ema wo bedi yanimu e wo mayimu abusua enne ye bekom na emom enne ye si adwan no wunim say ye hyasie be na wotwe miensanie MPP amanyoko no kan wo manifesto wieye ene ye di achi ne ye bom na wuti bie MPP fo nsem anu wo kan enwuma wose wo beye taxes aworo ye okaye o we ye be ye firi ono afi kura de so we MPP amanyoko no aboshe no wateso boshe na MPP amanyoko no wateso na woni abodi bia begumpa ye NDC fo taxes aworo ene ne waka me na besisan wuni pakro se wo afei wo ye wadwe so bebi adwuma woni ebi enyuma nkumankuma no ene ye wo bie bi na wo fa nipa duonu a afei edi kan no corporate income tax untua bi wo mayimu eto ne yebobo so ofiewurafo tax incentives ye de be ma won na nu atwumi aboa madan boa yefo ene wonu wetisi ada ton ye de be ma won eto ne de yabobo so bia na abusua ye ka mamu a amamuo obi so be ka cho se to no a ye gege no an ye de bu oman no to no a ye gege no eno ne ye de bu oman no eti ye teto ye ye firi ho ye teto we ye firi ho ye de we ka ho eno ne ade a ebe boa ma mamu atwumi akoso eno ne ade ebe boa ma oman na atwumi akoso anase bo kwanfoforo a ewo se mpanimfo fa so na eto gege ekoso ewo mayimu anwumre sebedwo ne ebehumu ntino ya ne mpanimfo eba amamuo ni sikasem a wakwada mu ya ne wo si adwanwumre tax expert so wo fi ase ewo se yekom na yehwese eto no nhyehyɛ ya mpanimfo ka yebeyi to we ani manifesto no ankasa ni amanfo de aba ne mpanimfo ne de aba no abusua yebekɔ ni nyina mu ni ahwese ne ne masiko eti anwumre wo fidie da ha se ya da watwetwa mu ne sports for de ne yehweye ene ye kɔ eto gege wo magimu eto gege wo magimu ehun hyehyɛ ena kyese ye kom ntam so na yɛresa ne niema esi ekro 100 billion no 100 billion se wohwɛ MPP amanyoko ye eno 100 billion Ghana cedis no omse obatan pa project de ye ho nkyekye NDC for so di ebia betum no wode ende ese de the big push wo sika bode be ye sa adwuma no $10 billion $10 billion yes ya de ba bebo agi abusua we ye behwe ni nyina yemfa ya no nka keke beboa yen hyehye ye ben na wo sa ye kɔ wo hwe mpanimfo ye obi asɛm a wo ka na kyese obi e ba min ya mi be ye ni ɔman no ankasa no ebra so sɛ wo sɛ ye nya kwantene ne bi sɛ ɔman no ye nsusudie nie ane ye namwo eti sɛ wo de wo ye NDC o wo ye MPP o mo ba no manifesto no amode ba no e was a go in line with or manage ye na da ho no enu nti na abusua ye won National Development Planning Commission eso won hyehyɛ ye abo ye wo mayimu no na emre bi yete yes yo o mo se 40-year development plan na no amanfo ye we di amoa yen 7 years emu die hin na ayeye eti NDC for so hwe wo manifesto ya wo madwen na omde nam o eti so ba MPP ba bi amoma ya aduru no wono de na dwen nam oman no ankasa ne yeni plan bia be ka so oman ne plan nie eti sawu kitabi kura na wo de ba hyehye wo de no nani oman nani suade hunu entumi nkoso eti obia kitane de no wo de ba wo ba no abeto agum fie nan na so obekwa no wato agum efie nwotwe no wato agum anwumre ye hwe hyehye ye bosa ye ne boa ma wo man ne koso enye ne ewu nipa krope na twutwa no ma ho ana de abeche no obi se aboa be ni ne yesu ye jeja ho ne ye hwe odabi abusua anwumre yi yesi adwa na ehwo aseda nyina no ye ni kan fama enwuma ye ebo ye chidom enwuma eta ye chi amiade dwumadie ebrewo Franco Trading Enterprise and ye ko Facebook we enne Papa Franco and waba Facebook no tudi ko Facebook wa Franco Trading Enterprise and wo chese 100,000 likes what them wu ne sa na chese ye Franco Trading Enterprise no nyesa emu obi ya na ada na ye ne wo ho ne ye wo da bi wo pe mobile phone so papa Franco Trading Enterprise ye ni woni dwa no onfa papa no emma wo enne TV de enne wo mo an de kitemu eye Franco TV asheda brande wa sheda obi betumi age ne ho adi se o momfa mi di ntoso na kyesa ade ne ye ze enya wanu anse wuwura ho papa Franco di na da so we de ye Franco TV bi na si ye ne mu no etupe TV papa de a Franco Trading Enterprise Roxy Cinema woni wodi animhwe e wa dabraka he ya me headquarters no e bwa enebo ene wo Agbeve Herbal Center Mona soap na Mona cream and wodi abadwa so fa semina no dware yo abusua ebeyi sansan bi e woni padua no mu na wie so a enka bone de away one time for every wo we cream no na de asra no aye so wo na wo call baby no club larger bottle beer no so ne bre na so no they say club beer no tobi a bottle kese no wo tobi na so onum wie a bottle no etumi ye chawade etumi mi ye chawade eti bottles no a wo ni nyina na bushia wo de boa no de egu garage de egu wo soto so animu de wo de asiesie nyina boa no ba ko mienu miensa wo de kwa sika ne de ma empty bottles no wunya one crate ene sika bafu ne akukuru ne de ama wo ewu nkyiremu ebeba na de nyabotre ne ewo mu anse klabie no wonyem wana num bi nyesa wo de etin kode a wodem abushia enyuma na ebo ye chido midin wo frame ABY Major so GM radio ewo London ene affiliate stations ahoro aka efabie nyina no mamema empanimfo anwumre yi ye ne wo si adwa atenase na ye ntoa so na me na me producer so ase listo wo kwadwofodwo abedna gwa asante asiedu ena kwamkule no ye dem live wo Facebook a James Sanjeko ena de yen atumum empanimfo makwaba
so.
Abushia eni awuti yewo ore nyameche aje kwaku ewo fie ha wono chartered accountant tax consultant so kese pa eno wo ha eni yewo Peter Bismarck Kofi so Institute for Liberty and Policy Innovation also ewo fie ha mpanimfo mienu nyina eba abeboa yen twedi a yede bro eni kama na yesi ensem no koso memma makwa bai yenhyasie na yenhwe NDC MPP amanyokuo ni nyina etuo nhyehyɛ ye abo manifesto ewo mu ene ye kwaso nansa na ye beko ye nimu no eja Kofi megidi se wate electoral commission panimfo ne ode aba betudwa efa sika dodo ewo se obi etua ansa na so obedi mampani a watumi apri dibire ni bi emrahye bedwa so de ene mampani de no ye se 100,000 Ghana cedis mrahye bedwa de 10,000 muhu ne sei.
Right, interesting. Mamichia, mucheris listeners, especially BK or my any Clement in Kufredia. What we talk about cost of election. And say cost of election cost obviously is going to affect individuals on we need election. To we need via ways of making those costs involved, no, and headed towards this kind of corruption. So fighting corruption is one other aspect is to ensure that can be reduced cost in filing this nomination forms electoral commission or now when people win election at least in the crown costing you too huge so or finding ways to please the corporate organizations now they can almost sponsor no. On the other hand, I was expecting to say in a different way, or as alternative way. We not say okay, it's 100,000 Ghana cedis there, but to me win election now, you will say I'm our back. But when we win election there, you're not getting the money back. So it's a form of also taming the person from going into this corrupt act now there. For me, I think it says kind of a way to do for 100,000 Ghana cedis. Well, last 4 years was 50,000. Then all of a sudden to 100,000 Ghana cedis. It tells you say, if went to me as a presidential candidate, went to me, you to get people to contribute to support this cost. Now the people who contribute around you will also have a take the moment of winning election. Until it looks like the electoral commission is somehow the cost may be promoting corruption in the long run, especially after they win election. Until now, I think a lot of commission say what goes into the 100,000 Ghana cedis. Is it for funding EC's project and as a budget? And as is it a form of say you are making presidency very expensive? You can't just stand up and say be the president. Until are we trying to value the presidency as a form of money? Say unibia untumin contest and I say you are doing such a way that people can drop into one more to me for on bed drop so you can have little people and little number of candidates or less so until the motive behind it there I'm not getting from EC. I think it's
explanation never Ghana for because says when they sponsor the activities of the electoral commissioner is impossible. Electoral commission budget se wo hwe ni se sika we ya entumi enso ba bi ante no eno kra dem nyini se komu but you think say ka was some explanation ba.
Yes, I say I mean in public policy say you talk about transparency and accountability as one of the standards of public policy. And as an independent organization organize a program and I say referee for election no. And so to make sure a kwanya offer so arrive at 100,000 Ghana cedis is very key because it's a public activity, you know. So one chair kind of fast by arriving value the presidency at 100 Ghana cedis, 100,000 Ghana cedis. Now, am I because 50,000 to 100,000? And I can also say, Madam James also promising and saying could be reducing, or be ensure so be reducing the cost of election in the country.
Yeah.
Now, since you are going to increase that amount, it tells you say you have acted opposite to what you promised Ghanaians during your time of telling Ghanaians this is what you want to do. Say near and I say as the commissioner of electoral commission. And I think it's for me we need more answers to that. And I think we need to ask the right questions. Now my input say the same kum into Nigeria this summer, and I say you can't disclose it to the public. But when you disclose it to the public, it's also not the best because public policy will look at transparency of one of the standards, and then we look at the legal aspect, legal documents, legal background when they come ultimately arrive at all this amount, and then you can also look at with my chance, even your election, but this is what will cost you. And to say what cost you, maybe I'm using this money to subsidize this area of what I'm doing because okay, is our budget. I know it's our budget, but definitely in Sassikano, a bit more electoral commission. Because if you're having 100, let's say 50 people more apply, 100,000 times 50, it's a huge money. So, and it's Sikano, the important easy for me. I think it's such amount in will contribute to corruption unless otherwise easy can say what be Nibiano, you give back your money to you there. I think that could be
from where you sit. No, Ujidi and Kasen was say electoral commission for from 50,000. No, Nanka was what Moji say because a deputy electoral commission one deputy director no asema can say we could have no modiache. Wo share omedwuma omo ye ne ntotoye wo so omo ekwa animu fa ho ene the previous amount omo je ya 100,000 okra na omo de ache edufo de
Ose eka say me say democracy is expensive. The election is part of democracy. And in democracy I am more of election democracy. And if say we define democracy as expensive and then we define election in terms of democracy, then that means the electoral commission and say if it's expensive, then the presidency must be expensive. If democracy is expensive, there in the form of election, it must be expensive. That will be at electoral commission defining this. But I think say if me and electoral commissioner, I will do a thorough, discussion on that in terms of the cost. I'll look at the corruption as aftermath of elections. I will look at the number of candidates we are hoping say they might apply. Sometimes you can even do something beyond all the candidates crown by nomination first. Then you know the number of people apply for that presidency. Then we use number their value how much you charge. In this for 10 if your number needs to maybe the lesser the number, the higher the cost. Then the higher the numbers, when the lower the cost. It's like you say many people might drop. To me and Tiano. Intermedianka, I may not be able to tell you how charges say because me need electoral commission there are so many things I'll look at it, consult a lot, and some say. But I think 50,000 for 4 years, and then another 4 years we have 100,000. Then the next year, 2024 year, it's like it's ever called 150 or 200,000. Then it becomes so expensive, ever cost the entire campaign as well as that of leading to corruption after winning election.
Was your Peter Bismarck Kofi Institute for Liberty and Policy Innovation na yaten nkano yanko na yene ore nyame J Kwaku chartered accountant or sanye tax consultant entwa eso nyamche electoral commission for sika no ohu yemfa eno no enwo ho megidi se wate ne unuabema Kofi ede atudwa no ebi susu se wo eno ano no bi se nipa so aso wo ho abegum bebre mekobi no mekobi ne yanko no kwasa wo.
Okay, meche watiefo and eba abato ho nyuma emra ededa ho ana emra so electoral commission kwan ewo de se oye enti no electoral commission megidi se enyemra kwan so anko muntimi nsa amfasa sika ne nyedai ema and o hwe ne say ya efan bi no utimu say nwumre parties ni bi about say scan wosoro ba hwe election emra mu ni ade a ese utimi nya offices na wunya a certain number ay your supporters enti anu mu no enti na parties ni bi agi fees ay ese utua party fees enti no aha na no omai mu na no man koyi na obi be pemampani a no akọ company bi ho now because the intimi mobilize sika esenka party mano etuama sika corporate ne fotuo mu anke ba enye nipa ba akofo sika ana ebia mampani ne de ekoye campaign de ma corruption ba bebre no mampani ne ba gi sika firi obi ho because a party na nkasa no entimi support no in terms of finances into obana sa nipa ne because o man emwa no so man no contract bi ana se bibi no oye se ba na mra ne ye adwuma ana ye hwe party up to now akromo electoral commission ka say so nko mo de omo annual financial statement e ba no omo timi tina wa na omo mfa nko ba se nka sa di wem electoral commission e yusu mra no ana party bia e file ne returns a ye be hu ba bia onya ne sika free ti se wo nya sika ni free company bia you can go a company where you nya contract you know sa na maybe call this be to account bi mu ms kan ko bo a candidate win entina na se ho no so betima hwem se na corruption so ayede abehye. I know say IPAC wo home. Say no say electoral commission di aba na say ekuo no party for ni na so bo say nketua na besu. Obehu say nketua ni na besu.
From the nketua ye di kan di aba de na chese omo say omo discuss po IPAC meeting no omo discuss wo ho say bia say ne pese ye di sika no kwa mo man for madwen bia ma wo ho.
No dey say ankosa on say electoral commission ade ba kwa so hu say abato no eye adwento to a any parties nya na woni omo nyina ka buma atukwan aye bibi wo tu emrane ta wachi ba ye nipa ho ade na wo ye eye party na na omo ye ti sa kwan no so no ni party na enhia I think say nka achi they can still go back to the table no mu kan fa so mbe solve that issue no.
Mo yeda se abusuan panimfo ne ate won kaneti sabre de wo a waye krado no utie Kofi Akpelu a wo no se sika ndi obenya ma hye badwade no na ase eno soma no ono ne de na nkasa de obenya tua na ore nipa na o ebi on begina ma hye badwa no ama na 10,000 no ya mo no an obetua nti won na se ye be 100 na eche se ne kaso ho na obi a yese ne wo osu na niwa na sani mpanimfo nyina mo kan janyamche mo kana edoso na ebema katahye ne proye aba no nipa no a wo se mebuwa wo ama watwumi akopri di biebi wo boa wa die na chese wawie ntia wo se okotua nipa ne ka because akatahye ne proye ange wono mo amoka no minhu sani empese mo kire.
Right, so unse enem require nkwala usuma kwala for some time I do be hospital so becheni bibi answer the next one Usman onko ben wo krabium enti that your culture of hand come no contribution no chop no sa culture no abetena se ama ya bebe hu se so bi boa ma nya bibia so return sa mboa ni bi so so na se bia onso be odin be hye bibia ono benya semboa bi nso efiwa sika nkode ma no betimi recoup nti sa culture ne dia be stay in politics so whoever assists you bia whether corporations individuals groups bia no so wonso bo modern say obebo exactly nti sa dia ne dia ewo ho nti big parties in the obviously obi come me in sika from the big parties and the same people say mituama a candidate no
eno na de ye be si na ye topic a ye ba no so ne ye de oman ni sika ehihye mu ye tetetete to so ba bi ye pese ye de oman ni sika wura eti si ye pese ye tu katahye ne proyase ewo ya manwe mu se ye beto abayi mu a muni woni ye ka se ene oman no en sponsor the various political parties no na omo antumi nyina omo na so nti nkasa abre no enya afeisa ne ye wo kan na kwasi koyi ni sika je na akire wa ma me post bu oman no enhwasene ana se yenya no se ne yetie ya ejenya mche so mame
de me kan say a two way side emra ho a ese transparency pepepe yo ene han yo edadi enti yesi ahwe ne yemra na ho se ese political party bia no na accounts ese electoral commission ne ye show my accounts no ye be hu ba bia omo source of revenue ebe mu nyo musika omo de finance omo party ne ye dey efriba enti ye ho no people members you to about omo tinya 4 million 5 million those parties and get to a CPP ni PNC omo ko year really ye hu nipa ye ko ho enti omo move to the old ye kwanim digitalization omo muntua dues by electronically they can account for it and they will get money from that aspect.
It is our mine be so asene ne de ma o mine first ye sika nkɔhye ho.
Oh, na so man is support to electoral commission. E won no ma oye mu.
Me ka political parties no ne nka Kofi Akpelu die wodike die akuadonko de ye se ye de o mine sika so o masene ho na me ka ko.
Enti hon na se obi anso be bie political party. Se ka so man no en support to obi a metimati bi. Criteria ne ye dey. Se e be na say criteria need to be very straight. Eti nipa be 500 be political party and the man sika ne sponsor political parties no. Anko sa.
So for me, I can support this and and sponsor political parties in the countries. But some not can, yes, even strict rules before forming, you must meet those standards. But before that, I was also provide proper audit accounts of every political party via and so usika source of income, a number of members, offices are how many people are paid within the offices around constituencies now there or headquarters or assets. So to me declare ninama abai. But once a mine asset declaration in yejuma accountability in terms of transparency, some in yejuma wa say. Into kasa mine at this time, Umbra sponsor political parties are assuming the political party in power. Now also best sponsor on one political party. In government. A little bit dicey in terms of accountability. Asset declaration at the end, because if, for example, if party A is in power, now the party supposed to sponsor this 100,000 Ghana in other sponsorships or so the manner. Fund the bit of cost reaching a binimodie. Until criteria be very careful. Most parties might not be able to meet because after so you're in situation na woman we are not being more accountable to ourselves. Until now, abanisa. Look, it's a commission. It will be a year in terms of political parties organized because. I was say declare asset na jenya. We cry asset and go for declare crown. Some of them are not realistic. Money laundry, of course, was currently you are running in as one of the zones. Countries are money laundry, of course, was they are all part of party sponsorships. Na di. Until electoral commission will be before I say buying emblem. Electoral commission and making sure say the mandate in terms of tax refunds, tax party tax systems, gift tax, do promise a change gift tax or GR refund juma until a whole lot of things must go in before and sana abambe banka media. Look at Germany, for example, depending on the government in power and a political parties musika. And think abambe support here. And kaibema parties no and funding no na dia ni no. It means so monitor the flow of funding eco political parties and also know how much had been given to political party at a given time. Ninya obiti ma yen be own to me enye because before you must have funding go say o declare say nyama say dey funding be ye be call rallies 20 ye be call campaigns or has na say the constituency na you makoma 275 e be your offices 270 so this is the amount you need. Those things all no enye easy sir. Until I think say since be say a rich stage in India we should be able to learn from what is happening now. The commission bono more than the mandate, the role to play as the commission to ensure say political parties become functional. They are able to live within the rules of the game. Now, little commission so and you're more open to the public on all these asset declarations and the cost involved in idea. I think say the bus are buying support here. Government today, but government itself to some extent is also corrupt. Political parties are also corrupt. So how do we, marry the two at this time? There's a whole lot of election crisis. Of course, in terms of electoral commission, or ye. And for me, I think it's if abani bimwa, but before abani bemuno, and kayan electoral commission sanko bitme ne juma ni na you the lapses are a woman. Na ya amend na ye ko yenima. Then we can then ask the government to come. But for now, dear. I think it could be too early for us to have the government's intervention.
Yeah, that's it. Ebusian penny for me, and now you had say a true year one manifestos are wurua, and nay yet tier will make mu enkanka NDC and a MPP and yes, ye gano, would ye ewo USA and ye Ebusian fire one radio, a forbidden day, ewo Colorado, and I just say a demo. Would the elne are no Friday and HSM Naba no shredem live or honum GM radio so ever London ebusia waiting at your friend near affiliate stations are worker Benny Nishuzuma and Wadrin channel and the messages no your back and kind was bisa na wo de ato ho ye bie nhoma no so tumu a no wadwenche wo de aba eti wo hwe live wo Facebook a ye dem wo ho no mo na YouTube so ye dem embanifo yenko asempa na ye de etopono so sa wo fa NDC amanyoko no manifesto ya na no ene ejama na awotwe ne na awotwe ne na nwumire sei na ye wo UPS dendende mpanifo kenkan mu ema amanfo bi atenaso epe ensem a wo so wotiatie sa wo fa NDC amanyoko no manifesto ni e fa eto enhyehyɛ ya mpanifo ye bɔ ho a megidi se makoni nyinaa mu eniema Ghana fo pese wotie so obi oye na adwuma yesi o eto no awutua no se wo ye adwuma ye ni a afei na wabie wadwuma kuma na wahya ase a afei edi kan ni nyinaa no corporate income tax eno no wuntua for 1 year wafa nipa be sa aduonu a ewo nhyehyɛ ye be ya ma wo fie wurafo tax incentives ebeba ye tetro na nse wontante ye de to so ye tete na wotaate manifesto no ejenya mchema mhya asem firi so NDC de no yemfa eto nhyehyɛ ye aboye egum na simayen
okay ansana mekɔ no so no ɛsɛ yehu baabi a ɔman ne ewiase nyina yegyina na ye de ekɔ eto ɛho hyehyɛ nso a ɔmode buy wɔn budget mu ewiase nyina
manifesto rather
manifesto no COVID-19 aba ɔman bebre ebre and Osha Ghana, Emra finance minister call parliament. We are expecting say your GDP growth will shrink and it will be 1.5% instead of 7.5 a project year for this year. And no chere say yesika sem ebeko form. Osha ebimunsoa o project sky ye be shrink about 9.5 billion Ghana cedis. Enye sika ketwa. Entino say what the manifesto ba esa factors are no ma we nyina wo mu say emprempren ya ye wo mu e de na ese me de ba me manifesto mu e de anhye fufuro bi na ese me de ba emma oman no ho enkyere no a metimi aye nnwuma kakra ese yetimi ye NDC e de enoma be enan bi na tudwa a ba ko wo mu say medium size business a we bi en fufuro no wo fani pa be 20 a untua tax for the first year mpese me kire sa aharimu ubie adwuma foforo a enye likely and times is obebi adwuma na within the first year we make profit and Ghana yet wo no se we make profit a on say ye wo yetua quarterly payment corporate tax no and ehyehyɛ mu ye say January ananka a finish as obebe wo adwuma mu no abehwe wo books ni no project wo profit the amount ni astagano in 4 quarters I will bet you every quarter at the end of the year they have to come and do full audit and see say profit now if you year as assess say we the ma now we hwetua 25% no on quarterly basis no o profit no cost room and answer ba form say cost room then you pay the additional income tax good
say nurusua
and nurusua then you have a benefit a credit there and you know company say within the first year no most lose omo because omo adwuma na edin most the companies na year assessment no ni a file quarterly basis and no file you at the end of the year on beba audit no mo ba say wo boka you carry that payment now we make you know as carry over of profit tax payment so it will be your tax asset and you have it in your book as a tax asset. So going forward, maybe business is taking about 3-4 years as a business that make jina or monas wankasa. To that time, no boss our tax asset e will books mu. Tell you when your profit now offset it. So we tax auditor. Because
mabrofo no so ade ya na
okay.
Eti unchire mu a wode bai ni say wabi adwuma no foforo no nanka giarefo aba ne ya behwe wadwuma no yehwe wadwuma no a ne ye de ani ebu se adwuma we ya wo ye ya finkwa wie ye no ye susu se mfaso a wo benyanie ne no ya hyehya ama wo ya chemu nan ya betua ho to no eti se wutua to na afi ne kwa wie ye kora na eba ne se wa nya mfaso a ne ye wukotua ye ne da wanim etese ne ye se wo bone da wanim
yes e usika
eda wanim sa na wa kire mu
yes but there all ka say ye be exempt no then the mimi hu ne say o start ya untu ya hwe untu ya hwe so in that case no ye lose revenue immediate revenue e wo ho ye wi na situating with project aban person wo ye what lose immediate revenue e wo ho which o share ye system ya ye wo mu ya majority our more informal sector any small businesses the majority doesn't pay tax. It's few that pay tax. We have 1.2 million out of 6 million economic activities in Ghana. It's just 1.2 that pays. And majority.
It is a brofuna yo mokache say ye be widen tax net no ye be widen ye ntimi widen no activate.
Yeah, me do be match for share am de buy no. Me share dan hu bibi esi for some widen tax net no. O share the next one am de buy ya. O say rent. Rent no kure mu ni. Omo mu tua rent tax. E wo Ghana ha. E yo omo de omo companies omo de down rent corporate bodies. Corporate bodies no e be deduct withholding. And san or no me personal company be the facility management companies no handle business estate no. Omo na tua that rent taxes no. Any company be akọ rent e dan free omo ho no. No withhold percentages which ya come by ye count la lord of wo fie ye fie for de guga na ha bebrebe ya so na yakotua edan ka no one so otua wa withhold sika ana so otua we na afie ru na kotua tax bia ma ban ba ye mbra esanka wo mutua etu so wo de ba no na nka wo mema wo se now your rent control agreement no ye be sesa no tika and to go MPP4 manifesto no ma omo be ba sell rental scheme
yeah
omo be sesa no ma bi it was omo so ye the abana be bo besia self for rent dan no eno no sika no unkotua ma fie wura no ansa na ban betua sika na ma fie no atene to afirim etia no na ese ye
esi na che say NDC no on sa rent hye ya wo ka no still na aban ni belusu ama fie wura no adide because fie wura na nkasa kra waka say wontua dada wontua to no eti ye say wo san se me ma wo tax exemption so say the tax incentive say wo hono na say fie wura no kra be san be sisi aban no mo
aban adni sika na unya sika bia mfiri ho wo sa kotu sika kugu mu ho
ba wo say NDC manifesto num so omo ka say enka send your rent control ye da ho no mo dada no they say ni enka ye no rent authority ye ma wo tumi no ama adwuma a wo ye no wa hye mu kena ohu eti ni en senka change no so send your ka say MPP fo de bi wom senka bi so beba om so betima ye bi ana
ye ka say any rent authority Ghana your authority be bire wa ha
din ne keke wo
ye din keke ehye wo ho a se etimi tudwa aban abako nyina widen the tax finance minister bi aka bi I said that why you bet me.
I say me makomu workshop be 5 widening the tax net no. Ministry of Finance there you call workshop.
Omunya political will no. No mo Ghana for nti here say ese utua to ase. Na omu gisika no so a omu ma mindful ni hu de disika na ye.
From near wo kan nyina na che say e wo say ye tro manifesto no ye to nhihye ye bia no a ye hwe ne emma oman ne moka na nipa so ho nkyere won e say from near wo analysis awa ye de na say eka na beba oman so ye nya hwe mfiri mu nipa no ho bedwo won de ye oman ni nya hwe mfiri mu nipa no ankasa ho bedwo won temamfo no
yeah ha dan do so chen omo dan yo eti ye gusu ha dan na wo se wo de disincentive na eba na abebo abeti ye house no fam enye ye ye be enjoy unless ye hye mra ne yi na se me pedan han kra mi ya se me si dan a se wo be permit eti ese ye hu se wo dan we ya wo si commercial building na wo si ti se wo si no kokomlemle a ade ye be facilities be na wo fi yo ese ha se dan de ultimate rent ye be 100 cedis you bet my control. It work register or rent control. Assemblies. Assemblies, you know, work register or down or same or down. Obi pebia omra. Me kwa me pedanya. You bet him me salary amaji. And assess it. Say, oh, at the 100 dan say, Ebi I said before me interest can ma wo dan ru kura bi tua ma government as na government tua dia ma na government atene die yenye bold yenye saade no si anya saade ne dia e die sika rent ye tua okrom ase a ka ban benya free that rent ho keke kura nkenyi sika ketwa
mamma Mr. Kofi so na yenhwe school for eso e die woni e wo tertiary institutions so aban se ye behwe na sika wo se mutua school fees ye wo se mutua no emu wo hanche mu aduonum aban ne beji amene we covid-19 ahokyere ya abenti no eno so ka ho a eno so ye freebies ni bi ana se we die ye nhyehyɛ ye beboa both sides no
se kase taskata it's simple to do simple so with my cut taxes and that's with my abolish it but BBS unye sika the funded taxes na wakati na a problem. Abunibeka say finding the funds to finance the abolished or tax cuts na why you know and a problem. Oshe all what you have done so far from 2017 up to date, MPP Abamba wakati so many taxes. But okati taxes no, there's so sansu nye sika if you baby no better then or the best say sika na wakati if you ono direct taxes no. Sisi ano problem na yenyae ewo muni say if you cut tax, you must finance them. Until secure for finance, what do? You must borrow. And the tax cuts are there about the brain, and I am borrowing so a cost so that we can finance those taxes I are cutting. And I think I said subsidies. Those subsidies in this crown, you must still go for money and subsidize. Because what cut taxes pay, what cut revenue? What cut revenue is never belong to me and yeah. To me and yeah, you must find a way to look for the money. Where do you find the money? Go and borrow. And this education where I did be cut 50% na de nyina. It's a form of catas and carbon from education infrastructure. They say unya got to go and borrow. And they be increasing in borrowing. In the MPP government they cut so many taxes. 17.5% VAT on financial services, 5% on real estate. Yes, also 17. Yes, into some taxes na cutting in no very no bad film. Into no, see also you have a big government, and you must go and borrow. Into no, borrowing a cost so much, all because of tax cut. Into tax cut and abolishment in the obey targeted, we target it in such a way so you might get a return out of it. We target it and ma lose it. Into obey stadium. Tell me a MPP for your tax cut and check no introducing other taxes. So taxes are cut and they are sometimes reintroduced somewhere. Until you share special luxury vehicle levy. Until why do you cut tax and then you bring another form of tax again? Because all person could be on hand idea and don't cut here, don't introduce anywhere. Until you increase CSF communication service tax. Until you won't say every tax you cut will be reintroduced at a different place. The drug should be full from our with ya. Either say you're being new, and I say you're being increasing existing taxes at our home. Until CCSA students, be reducing more school fees 50%. A beautiful. Obi any beji, but yen tax cut, yen tax abolishment in your organization, for populism, for electoral votes. Until say ye cut tax you need a rare bemupe. After you baby face fee, then we head towards the global community for borrowing. Then your borrowing goes up. Until this is the time we should stop cutting taxes for votes. And then constitute on say you be used to taxes they be a cut for prominent say taxes play some prominent role. So what's the tax cut? What role is tax cut playing? And therefore, the last thing somebody can say, hey, you quantify and tax cut. And they say, oh, cut or tax. So to me can say, oh, okay, my in the first year, no, government will lose this amount. And I say, yeah, government will lose, but will gain it because of ABCD. Yeah, they better to honor. Those things are not done. Until all no, they come the big pillar, borrowing. Until any time a bambe cut tax.
Eti niema no a o maka egu ho no mu bebre no a ye ka ye nkyere ehin ne ebenya sika no ehin ne ade tua ni nyina no bosiabo
bobusia because o cut tax we lose revenue because say tax na ye cut no it doesn't give us returns. Well, until so won't me give us returns unso ntumi so introduce kwase be foforo and now be increase others then you have to go and borrow to subsidize those taxes. Into a ton bond, near ton bond, all because of tax cut.
But so we bisa NDC aman yoko no mpanimfo so say yemfa bibi say $10 billion in just say kwan ben so number 5 year no benya sika bom say oil na wo ho no oil ye wo oil e wo ho no mo ye tumi hihye na ye sisi akwan corruption katahye ne pro ye tuatua ntokuro bi na aban na wote so no ye cut the size of the government e betumi enya sika afiri o meye mu
Ehumi say ye ka bibi say anase yem brofokeka say big government sucks, like big government they take more from the economy yet you assessor. But you say you define big government, you know. You can have with me 200 ministers. But we emphasize a big government. You can have 200 ministers. So now scan can be to back for 20,000. If you have a chairman and you can have a big government or big ministers, but now scan of which are very small. Into big governments in the definition, sometimes I share how we define it. Into okay down ministers are and yeah, oil money in we don't control the oil market. It's determined by the global community. And I always that say we don't own the biggest chunk of revenue ever. Craving a buy and change because Ocean Heritage Fund proper is do 1 billion, 2 billion now. And see, it tells you say is we should run the economy in such a way you need oil. Imagine say we need oil in economy. How do you raise money? That brings innovation. Or rely on your resources like oil and gold, then you have become a lazy government. Because countries be bringing now any oil anyway. How are they making money so well? Say they are developing the infrastructures. You get it. And today is the time you government should start thinking, say, I'm running the economy without oil. Or I'm running the economy, say be oil in honum. I'm running the economy on taxes. If I run an economy on taxes, how then do you innovate so well? Say, people will not be burdened with taxes. However, you are getting your revenue. So innovation and our governance all over Africa, including Ghana as a whole. And to say, let's stop the propaganda of tax cut, tax abolishment. Na yembra yembetenasimumu. Na share a prominent role bianca private sector can play to ensure say sika na yede running economy no. Inti mama NDC nka say oil, gold, minerals are there, your bauxite, those things are not necessary now. Because from 2011 it's two oil Ghana has that when we road be see because oil money this road. And as your railways because it's sky where if you oil sikemu. So we don't even define our small revenue on the
you share any specific project be say all you see can we day yes the cost budget no
and we don't account for budget can account the next budget be ready you be ridiculous kakra more percentage GDP growth then they tell us we are allocating 420 million for education, for health, for power, for this and then we come back to the media and we debate it. Until we should know is Ghana driven by taxation, or Ghana is driven by the market? Is Ghana driven by the mixed economy? Those are the things they say you run. In the country, students say make cut more taxes by 50%, all because of what? Vote. This are you see, we share all the manifestos.
You vote in Tina Penning for no can say if almost say COVID-19 in the amount for much or more.
Mammy can say be a most of in tanka. Manifestos are raw materials for public policy. Manifestos, they are raw materials. A raw material for public policy. Inti say most of cutting down 50% any public policy. 50% of any public policy. It's something internal institutions can just run their own thing. You don't need the central government to decide for universities say cut down it's just an institutional thing. Inti public policy say you want the central government policy, public policy or policies, your institutional policies, your digital assembly policies. But you journey in central government decide what institutions must do and what municipal assemblies must also do. So kind of interference from the central government, and my university to me decided because universities have more challenges, huge challenges. So when you say 50%, they can even expand. Like accommodation. Teachers be bring lecturers be bring they needed them. They even needed because for contract now they to me employ. how we cut taxes is is to win vote. So you could be private sector. Then hear oh, corporate tax was from my and do. Oh, okay, and the eventually akate. Import duty was to do. Okay, eventually akate. Then we vote for you. Oba katia unisika.
Nature say empenimfo no asem omo ka tru yetimo say ye call from manifesto yom say ye friend the people's manifesto. Eye ne Ghana force wope e na ye no. Ye nkonko gini pa na dwen keke e wose woje na ne bebo oman no ene ye na emom enya se Ghana force ne wope nti ne obi aka ye bia ne ye nya sa ne ye tro manifesto.
David in terms of a raw material for public policy. And for example, there's one policy, remember example be not say a raw material. Oka say we will continue to recruit health personnel into the health service. It's not a public policy because it exists in the institution. And government so service provider. No, you must provide services by recruiting people into the service. So it's never a public policy. Public policy there, actions be a take care of the problem. Until ube take problem, there are questions beside the what questions, the why questions, and the how questions. Until what is the problem? Why identify? Why is the problem there? Why identify? Then how are you going to make sure say ube solve this problem? And then what's answer quantify say impact in the measure impact. Maybe in the next 4 or 5 years, send ABC. And it's all cut it down school, okay, example cut down 50%. What will be the impact on education?
It's a no na was a ba manifesto mu. Say wo nhyehyeye no send ye wo kan die na was ye die nti na was ye wo bisa ho enti ye nkasa ye manifesto ye draw manifesto nti ye kwagye adwen ne ye abatu bu.
Then the last thing no o ma no abemu ne data. Data. Yeah, we need data to do all these things. And again, now see your huge data crisis. You need data. Into all public policy, Ghana it's not bad data. 10 billion infrastructure, big push. What's the data? Data been a back and say you need 10 billion. You get it? What kind of benefit? What do you call benefit analysis? Being oh yeah, someone say yes, 10 billion. Is it into your mention? Can it work? Okay, then it ends there. You don't know it can be quite almost 10%, 15% magical. It ends there. Inti data is a problem in public policy. Inti manifest your way no osha, they are not backed by data.
Adom 106.3 FM ene na yire ene ya manyofo na nkasa de MPP fo twero wo de wie ye de wo ba ye wo be kire mu NDC fo so na no wa be kire mu ena ne ye pese boni a wote ase woni a ye ka manifesto a wonim se ye twrofo wei wo mo na omu kire mu no eti we de enya manyofo no na te anwumre ye ne wo twetwe nkomo ye guso ye besi po ansa na ye firimu eti wo a wote ya de manifesto no afo we ye yadwene o yesi se enya sa na ye twro no eti wo de ye nwie dwumadie no no ahu se na ye si twro no ne ye wo se ebam ma menko ejenyam cheso na ye ntoa so emfiri wo onim bizanyam che wa bra ye de ye te se o manifesto we de yakogye amanfo adwene ne ye de bo na MPP fo so ka kire ye se adwuma no amode hye ye nsa no eno baby ayaya dunu ye pese ye kitem ye consolidate gains no ayanya no na ye toa so ne ye di bika ho ena omo so bebobo omo de ne ye se na nse dia se manifesto yi ba free niema wom ti afi na Ghana for ho bedwe yen mo so from ne mo ke na che se free na se Robin Peter to pay for woji free no abesa kwa kotua ne baabi sana tie bi NDC for die so ka che se fiura for better than so MPP for so o afekura de be ma musika mo de kwa kotua na nke ani age se abrochira abagana nya sana tie
no credit but be gina kwan abefa so a obetoto onhyehyeye sere na menua kafa that tertiary education I see at 50%. Me hunu say as manifesto no I feel man am factoring COVID-19 no because airport ne habo a wunya most of your revenue free no adwuma bi en shada nkoso and my promise kote corporate taxes so 25% they about 15%. Who you know what I say when na menya sika dia behim na say euro bond no ye be come more Oh, bond, because what MPP before manifesto now, the only tax aspect of Moka on sanitary part. I don't need any impact. Or man touch it, the tax base now because you need revenue. Ketwa krana be a nipa no nya 10 cedi na wo betua mu 25% amawa because now government have started giving out stimulus packages NBS SI4 eco. So to me it says so uba obeto ada yin so but to go and cut taxes na won chere ba bia wo first scan dia be hyem dia say the only scan beto dia na dia wan ko wi abebo wa ko bobesia ani ensentimi ko wi ase ko bobesia etiro
It's from your work and HS MPP for no. As or machine Yansan will be with he said, who's almost so bano 2016 before more bebano. So we and some can see or more can ye a nuisance taxes. Ye be ye free one more, ye be ye a pa afed or mui near the abetria, ye two penny any free near the abetria when Chima says, and a feed and walk and say. The only a year mutachi ye sapa the nedi and say or more machine say yanko so mubio.
Yes, so here ya emra omote etwo so no ana sorry I get fund any national health insurance first na just one off but now who compute with tax now 2.5 you compute it on the basic and then add it back and then before you charge 12.5. You see what they did? Charge 2.5 on the basis and then another 2.5 they added back, then you charge 12.5 on it, so it was more like a tax on tax. How much generate revenue free and call communication service tax go increase now no matter so and as opposition government are open so matter so or matter tax so I want a genuine a year when you just when you start one a canny home because telcos nanya and a data my plug system amu dieba but so and now you are going to face revenue for now say but it was no kwana say catch the Ghana for no kwana say ka near 2 years for ya say ye tax net ni mo bi antua bi
na eno no sane wo hyase wo kan ye say ya ka nipa etua to wo manmu ni sha enti ye wo say yetumi etre ye nkwaba mu na dodo na atua wo say woni etua dada no an ye yiri mututum ema wo ho kire won eso da bia ye kan ye da so gina ye ABC mu.
Okay, share ONDC manifesto on the tax issue now, SMEs now. Also omo call for cutting of the rate. O share ba umia de na or say digitization. I want to make sure say one thing there many people bring to one who call general office wa bra wo bre wo ho
Who kotua
sika de ama ban no asa una omo your papa enti no na o pa che say wo betimi kura tua no with mobile money because me want tin number they can do in such a way say I can sit in my house now my have tin number I'll put in my tin number it will go into their system so that way I no go bint me enko duplicate paper general receipt and jiska ho enko ban ho ni na your revenue plug of revenue host no
na say nipa ye ntamgyina for ya kwaje wadi ska ni nyina akora ebe free.
It's no say yes said you bet me a movie from that manual way of generating revenue no ni amasik utua to aye easy amawo but ubeta akwatra GR from an opera to anwumre na the document here akra na unsanka
na ebi kura tumi kone asa de esika ba fie se me pese me pentama ba ye madwuma makotena ho fira no pa be no nwotwe mi abo be donko mi hu obi a wo so mu a na ma ba betena me ba bi enti na che se enwo se ye tinsem no a na ye hwiri ni ye bo se ye se ye ba etwo no ye betete so na ye bo se keke wo se ye dwene ho se nipa ne se wo tetwo no so a hin na wo benya sika no de ahyemu wonsa ma me squeeze me akire ba bi ensa ma di ni nyina wo se ye dwene ho.
Yes ese adwen wo se ono ma ofie da bia mu yusu 10 cedi ne didi ana papa ba na osuo efo ya na mado ya sika na mjiji frinkofo ho de minjiji biem ba megu so ha mesa se mu be didi mu be ye be spend be 2000 Ghana da bia buze opase da ska no benya wa hin no de abehia mra wa jazz ska bi se ska bi nkon it's not a borrowing
na borrowing no na yɛde si magya nyamchansa na mefiri wuso no ensunsuanso a ɛde bɛba yɛ so sɛ ɔman baabi a edu ne bi sɛ saa bere mi nyi ni sɛ me hipik no koraa dem TB akyɛ me TB IMF no a na ɛkyɛ sɛ yɛde mirika ne yakɔ sɛ yɛkɔ so gye bosia no sɛ ne yɛwo kan sɛ nhyehyɛeɛ mpanimfo ayɛ nyina nya ba mu na yɛkɔ bondo no ne yɛkɔ na yɛkɔ yɛgye bosia sunsuanso ɛbɛba yɛ so.
Okay, on says washa aban wɔ option bebree a obetimi de abɔ besia a obetimi issue treasury bill no yɛ short term financing ti aya normally eno na ban gidi twetwe twa no ho recurrent expenditure sika bi obehia de twetwe twa no ho be ba project ni ade a long term a year we'll go for long term loan. That is one thing. So we project a better longer period for it to pay it back. You go for long term until you call bonds. And one thing I yesterday here, you bond 14 years never mature. You call GB never mature 12 years. We aban we ban no ajabe we ban no ajin we ban no aji. Ubon say uba doing so ajo the 14 years. Will be there now or G na 10 years na amateur. Now another person do aji and so as amateur the same period. It won't see a sika nyina ye the edit my four free movie and it nina kutia eka interest. Nadia kutia intending a problem.
Yes, yeah, that's sujina.
Oh, a canon ye guso, but say ye to any say bofro.
Mammy, Miss Akofi, so now ye share. And she shall ye no, NDC for kita what dear, MPP for kita what dear. Projects need be wo hono money human noa, a manyoku would one way no. Senka yesi ye twasumpa. Kebi a near me ya ye boboswe no, there be one man kaye yan and nepo. If say ye will be one more, ye. Adia ba kwa ye huno no. Say, ya can be a man for ya baby for watching to. Aso ye wa danya, ya sha see stages bebre wo meyi mu a ye je ye gu them. Ye wo ayasabia woduo bi a ebi aban bi a wo betwa mu ahyase we se nyam na me hyase no wagya konko ebi se we nim se wo ye kora no na se koba ne se wo kobia no a we beka se ye media ne ye jasi wono mo ni nyina no twa besi se oman no senka ye wo plan bi da wono mo se wo ya amanyoku hwan wo ba ye nhyehyɛ ye da honi ti se wo tro manifesto no kora e wo se wo tro men ne no kɔ sa nhyehyɛ yenya ebeboa yen means national den commission kura de minhu ne onmu ye ne honomo baby ayedru no yenko ne sen.
I think say na okana say nya plan say da hodida sa 40-year development plan I think to 2057 da hodida because ye vote into na populist manifesto inti na ye ja development plan ne ato honomo ni akope kwan a ebefa so ebenya vote in terms of manifesto no hwa most of the policy and I say their intentions na wonu nyina populist and fitting into public policy fitting into national development plan bia pese win election tin e da to no
ba say ye wokuo so e wo so mo hwe say ne wo de ba no eni national development planning commission for nhyehyɛ no enam kwan mu ye ni nhyehyɛ wo ho
da bi nte say yenya bia manifesto template national manifesto template aban obi afa sa template no be follow or that your manifesto but manifesto you need template e ma no it is budget to trans you need template bia e ma no nti no how wo be cho budget aba no eno ana yeji nti se kasi bia ye hwe bibi towards national development dia and bia electoral commission make say this is manifesto template for Ghana download it na follow say na ya no na for intentions eguso. Then you link into electoral commission will link project or towards national development plan. The national development plan and electoral commission can marry. Then oma yesa template na ama political parties and they follow it up. Because remember I say manifestos are not legally binding documents. Until me untumi hold me accountable on that. And I think no wasted dia manifestos no project ne woman ye touch it to be ni eja. We need because a dozen 500-400 promises. Inti offer only health in Kwapua. I mean, let's look at education for example. Teacher motivation with 11 promises of NDC. Basic school education with 14 promises. The technical invocation with 11 promises. Secondary education with 17 promises. And also, they say okay, can in a tertiary with 20 promises. And also,
because NDC is a share or more promises or more by this year in their manifesto 617.
Promises.
617 and or more by
within 4
MPP
years.
for no more to move from the 143 by.
Good. So within 4 years. So to me achieve 600 plus a year into when so better touching peace no way. Then the next government so bound so opa on year or no year cry and also be any day for no. But yen say governance is a continuous thing. I don't know to me and continuous into that I say Ghanaians and parliament are somehow not angry enough to bargain on our behalf sometimes. To the sense say be maybe no more sanke be parliament be shama yen yi say this thing mun year previous one way go and do before you bring this budget back to the parliament. Those are the things we expect parliament to do for us because not represent here. But yes, majority carries the vote in parliament. Inti sa culture na senke say we always need the government in power to have the majority to push whichever project they call irrespective say be your previous one be started I say we say rules be brave or yeah commission by the previous government. Hospitals be brave into me and completed by the previous government. But in year for all because of say be government being 10% it was when we say procurement infrastructure is capacity and you know always we don't want to build something. Until you see to hospitals. But if you say we don't need more hospitals in the country. If you build more hospitals in the country, that you have 6 citizens. There's a citizens no more yarepa. And we need to rather ensure say you have healthy citizens and you can have smaller or few hospitals. Then you resource those hospitals very well to cater for majority of the Ghanaians or few of the Ghanaians. But you see hospitals be but we ensure your pomudin or country until more hospital that is not needed. But the government be building more hospitals just because of the Sikabia Obina. Until problem when they are very huge, we can't solve all of them here. Away Adom FM studio has it. But never can I say there's a commission. You kind of commission now. You can't be being called authority. So there was a time where we were saying let make a commission even authority. So that we must sanction political parties, scrapper or more vigilante groups now there. And so we can also say, okay, make electoral commission authority, work with National Development Committee, develop a manifesto template, then use Oba, then you follow up the entire template. Then look at the previous government, then you follow. Parliament should enforce those things. I think for me, I think to some extent, the institutions in the MBY, in the institutions in the BY Empire, and can we not have over 600 promises from Ghanaians? Because institutions, some of the things are there, we don't need it from the central government. Institutions were saying, in the time new government in election year, so you come with innovation. But okay, say you're recruiting more people into a health service. Almost 2 parties in the same thing. Recruit the backlog. If you page, I think 39 or so, and this is or recruit 2 backlogs now or in health or the woman back to work. We need to continue to increase the human resource.
Isn't it just we are done the kakra? We are done the kakra.
You don't need this as a government.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Abusha ora Bismarck Kofi na yatene ne no na memfa dwenche ba akomienu na menko ejenyam cheso ya set the way for Austin Texas na Airbus yebi good discussion chese manifestos ne de wasi yetumi kom na Ghana for fadwen a wogine no so no wa fadwen no ebeboa pa Helena Pamfo so adibiaba wasi Ghana de chese system no very weak. Say yanyejeto very weak ye intumi nyejeto no eno na ama ye niema nyina ekofom sa no kodua chance so e de yode aba wo say me kura de me gidi say ye hia national sales task for the whole country ayo na epoku ba so de ni o say bi wa ma menchia me show free USA na ma hwe NDC any MPP amanyoko ni nyina obia manifesto no ma hwe na ade ba akwa mahu ne say NDC for nsem o maka no asa ya ka ne dwiridwiri na de agu ho no mo wo hwe na wo bisa ho se anye bia nsem o maka eye nsem a omo beye na o betumi aye a I doubt omo ma ye hu omo nyina NDC MPP o ma ye hu se kwan a mo befa so projects ahoro ne nsem a oka no kwan be so no ombefa ye omo be finance ni nyina omo ma ye hu ndc fo so omo he omansa mefa nipa anko IMF bieu owura bisma badu so na chese Germany eno wo se bi wa mehwe o na Walter Edu Asamoah Richardson wose chese enempanimfo na wode omaba fie ho no ka che omse nyame hwe omo papa no kure sei na ya ye pese yete oman no no kure a etoda esie yen munya nipa sei no omo be ka kire ye ne a ne ehu se ne oman no yesi ekọ medase afia mo akode ye ya wode aba wose bi wa wo ye dai bo papa wo ye dai bo mpanimfo wo so omo nya politicians there bi introduction am dem awo no omo politicians ankam ka cho say NDC ni MPP ni na nkaja wo hu omo so we de enye hwa Joseph Kojo anane die ni wose Ghana ye problem kese ye leadership nipa wodi ye nimu no ho ne ye wo problem wunim chese yenyai se de bia ye toma mpanimfo bi omo de omo nim se den ye beto amom complacency ka ho ade omu ni sa anko ha eno ni ye haw no leadership na ye problem no na Jabes bodo so de ye ode aba o se mehwe mu free man kasim Yankopon enka mo onka so minua Derrick Ayite onso so wo hwe ye free nkrakan o se bi why amenchia mo papa na benifo ade omba ye so ka che omu se Yankopon onka omo ho pa ofosu hine NS Elias of Abakope or se mehwe mu free achem subua ho na mehwe mu free achem manso ene wo asene manso across the district Eastern region the district ni nyina aka hom o se bi wa mamsro na this electoral commission for asem ma me say we o message ni edi mirike dwane yo anyina ho na matumi aka yesi chasnya me di we free asaman kese na eba o se bi wa me pese mbise o eti JM se wakase or say so can JM's promise he will increase the salary of government workers by 50% for Nana Akufo-Addo. Was it JDM wakasa wabeto adwumayefo akatua mu sepe Nana Addo Dimrika woyo ase ade no enwanwo ni obeka bia no omoye ni hu ya nkamanka Joseph Ajesu de ye ode aba was e bi why you te wo Ghana ene wo so gina wona so papa baby say oman no eye enchirima dia eti sa niema nkoya youth ne wo so omokasa ana Frank Buadidie o se bi wa ma menchia mo na mehwe ofri nsufa asofa na say nsufa na watwere o se ablekuma montoa adwuma no so emame na enwumedi panelist no mani agye omo ho papa ka cho mo se Nyankopon o nhye omo do itemaso de ye ode aba o se bi wa NDC omo no mo ka propaganda wo amayoko na propaganda eno wo de ti yo eti ade bi obeka bia propaganda no anu namu Gladys Tachiso de o se ohu ayefe medase na Bismarck de ye ode aba o se bi why ohu ayefe me wo Geneva Switzerland nyame Asia kwabna da ko Darius so de o se yenko business so business so ane we David Tachimensin onso se mechia mo ebi why monto aso emaye ye besan ato aso na mame nko ejenyamche to aso mame
na okan ye ka bibi se oman bia no omusu no ededi wo mo mpanimfo mu
omusu dedi wo mo
mpanimfo mu because ye Ghana fo ne ye to abama ye mpanimfo mo mkotena ho enti ya ye hu ne ye hwe ne ye yi bi se wo mkotena ho eti no ye bremo bebre nso a ese de esa ba ye so oman bia education wo fom bia no oman ne bre oman a school ko wo fom oman ne bre because ade a omo manifesto mienu omo de bayi se won tiase na wontimi ready na wontimi digest na unya kura oma yesi na yakọ school ayenim enoma ma yesi ba out be kan okura no because say ya affiliate ye to certain political parties intino out kura meka osuro ne ya de namu saa na ye bose ne ye kọ ne ye bose se manifesto ne ya de akọhwe amnam se bunyanda bia ne ye ho kyereye National Development Planning Committee commission for Ghana ha bonti ne kobusa dodo se na anim se ye National Development Planning Commission omo sede yeso omo ye NCC omo nya education anke ba ye o man bas apase de mumfa sa manifesto emienu na mo pe o ma wo mu yes no more munim etin figures nasi any do more can because GDP abeka GDP ni e ka inflation ni ade na ya bubu mu na ya magana ni na tiase se do more can say ni say ti se gana ni koto ba wo nim dienti koto ba no what tiase entino next time no say ba na ni ma on say na wo bo ayi ya be start de na bi ka say we do ya we de ye ntoma no me hu ni say this year ba no with COVID-19 so by my innovation so abamu pa wa want me so digitization ye ne media ne ade no wo belusu and e hono so na wo mo school so wo mo about technology e hono mo school they can read and write e turo boys me se Ghana be kwani mu kakra na fo bi e school no wo bana do manifesto ba me read we an mato ato nchen because it won't say be more intimate my way too no the one that best fit no ma pick it you intimate gase ni nyina ye peda anya hwe ba ko de be ya chen ba ko it no ayesa institution wo man mu no ayi o mase de
eti say o ka say anye bia ba ko be ya chen ba ko manifestos mienu na anwumre ye de atopono so moso mode ya muti akire mu hu ne ewo mu nyinada wodi mienu no to nsane so no sawo yesi yimu ba ko a ubeyi de hin
on say ya be chire abobo hu ama obi a wuti bia no so ahu de ewo mu eti no mintimi ma me influence enko affect obi it I think said baby adu obi abetimi take a decision based on discussion tiano there I will leave it there
but say ye kase ensem no mienu ni nyina wo de kari de hin na mu nsem no gidi say we de senke ko ni say ya nke beboa we so no me gidi say omutumi ya eno so beboa
o sha manifesto ban there say obi atimi aye pa de and senka ye ho nkire ye but problem na wo ne ye realistically is it feasible in this situation and in time me man fast to bi wo NDC nhihye bi omode atutudwa any taxes bi omakate say to me I don't think it's feasible per the condition and situation you woman no because untimi kate taxes and unchite say bia me discount free abeshim e bia me nyesika na free ha amfuna chere nto aso me anya dia me nya gidi ewum because utimi chere me say we na me say ni ana me han me nya scan dia free because ka we ya me jama na kono any a kana more expenditure na person we nke no han me nya scan free na me nya gidi ewum
ya da se ne aka ya NCC fu adwuma se ne waka no if say ya kan say ya nye dodo na no tie ma hu say bisa kofi meba so ate na Emmanuel Mayabi de yode aba o se bi wai me de mempa ya me gbo no mpanimfo be chieche mu de o kama ne to Ghana fo asum na eduru say ye kwoto aba na asumwie ama eniema nkoye eti mempa ye ne se Nyankopon emmoa na abato na ebekọ akoto no bibia nkoso asumwie mu ye betwa wie no na obia afa ne ho adi Awuta Francis so de yode aba was say Midin Francis osino epoye mantemu na mewo monto adwuma pa mo ye esomo man Ghana ne so na evangelist pastor so ade ni o se bi wai bodwase na mitie mu free Yankopon enka mo ho kwadwa de so ade ni was wo se NDC for se de 617 promises na omode aba ani akakra ombeka se heaven ye free ye meje visa ne enko no so omfa nka ho na afa ye hu dodo na aba ne se pa se wo mo de promises 617 na aba wo manifesto no mu dia ene na ayire ake Daniel osie bi wa kumase na mehwe mo efri ejabisma to asomayen
right. I think say there's one tax we be hupa NDC policy. I mean the exemption of commercial vehicles from import duty.
Yes.
And things other what the industrial machineries na dey be it's a very huge blow for NDC say almost exempted sad na
a very huge blow saying
na me patch say a lot of cars ebe banyo ebe cars or be commercial obia be the cars fee abrochi ba gazim the commercial, especially this small cars ebe obetua import duties around 150 Ghana 150 15,000 8,000 na dey no obia cars or the commercial intinu eba say few people be a 4x4 na dey na obenya say scan if you ho no abanzo honestly be very smart very smart pa nanka because okay say commercial there and there uko register or increase that registration fee no so e honum indirectly you might be paying through registration of your vehicles as commercial vehicle until no once I know the dealings now sir we not that chair for exemption on fine chair way but so the cheaper there a very huge pa in this car na care from be more borrowing
e be bo mine car na
sorry e be bo o mine car ama in this be more borrowing so moving in election nti enson ko kan about that tax exemptions now at all. And then the other thing has to be the free primary healthcare and other freebies be a woman na there. You can say there's nothing free when it comes to governance. Abanche will be free because abananga is only businessman on ye juma. Wanje usika onto me crampo NDD and yenye so oye. Intine ono any then oya ono becha wade free sir. Inti every free thing you pay for it. Sanity. You obey indirectly or directly. Inti ubonze bia see communication taxes and other form of taxes be kokoson keten to kotonya maybe any that shemu amount. Import it be or certain product be costro. Inti freebies need dear. Your cash be free this, free that, free primary healthcare. It means to say it be increase national health insurance levy. It's like you say ebe costro. Say free healthcare but we pay. Inti yeah friends prepaid medical care. Utia sana why enjoy. Free education there and yeah prepaid and your welfare program. You can approach one kind of welfare program. Programs are I don't know but indirectly I wouldn't say utia. But your hand face it in there all your money a day and free. Inti manifesto be free who biano ibetia. Your work etia through our taxes indirectly or directly. Into my engine so my mom will be free. I don't know free TVET say is say young for all your money and and you bet you through taxes. Into light ya better ne e also. Into what west there your light your national health insurance light mu. Importation yet your restaurant hotel mutensi restaurant utia will help care. Into anything free from the state you pay for. And as tax exemptions, no, say modern pioneer yet to kakra because I do. Obi have tax individuals, a man with tax exemptions. Obi to register company and any money tax exemption. Inti ama a costro. So be answer the company ban of free zone because of free zone obenya some 5-year tax exemptions. Our honomo. And the same money in West there telecommunication companies, no, me very smart. Baby now buy and every 5 years be na waton. Because or enjoy 5 years tax exemption na say tax no waton the same for by it went away I had a much change so many way be ever bands na MTN for it me stay inti is it obiaba tax exemption until this is the time I was say I mean and time manifest who say freebies are not free, tax exemption also not free, and ninyina a car you could tier in terms of borrowing. Until I'm catch say begin catch say MPP borrow so much because of tax cuts and the tax abolishment. CCR MPP also be in the very careful. Even pad issue you can say that's the only no crown so no you be on my the best gonna for you betia. Until my man can say everything is free from the king. No, there's nothing free.
Ma me fa me ho man tum na frɛ for so emre mu na ye wia ya hwɛ se ne ye kanu a eden ya manifesto se deda manim ba ko mienu bi wo mu a eye bi se ne ya tie de na je se ade no nwoma na da yanim ba ko mienu bi a eye ya asempanimfo tumi hwɛ na omu implement e be ma Ghana for mo adwo na enye yayi pane afiri ha de be wo ha no ye mo eno so na fe ye mfa nso ebusua ye bi enwuma no atum 0302 216561 0302 216561 and as 0302 216562 betumi afrena wo de wadwenche abadwumadi no eso na epoku ba se ebi wan se wonmu promise enwuma ene niema bebre ye beye wei a ebibi esi wo mayimu da won se eniema bi koso sa biribi atwam yani ba ye hoso ne ne na IMF yani ba ye hoso ne atidum som yani ba ye hoso na oman no eniema e wo se nipa nya no ne wonmu nya eti se ne mpanimfo no kanwa no se ye gini free a e wo se ye dwene ho ekwa akiri papa na epoku ba e de ye awode aba no walanya kwatia so de ye awode aba eni walanya kwatia se bi wa mitie mu anwumre na me de me rehise nka na ne yekoto aba efise se wutie ensem pam ndc fo aka eni modern mo ya aban ya wote so gba minimie sese nka na ne yeto aba KMPP wawin wo mawin no walanya kwatia de odi free akwatia ba no kwasi we no said we free agona odoben na eba osie bi why BC candidates no ma me rehwe wo nyina bo enne no mo hye wo mo nsohwe no ase na we nyina no hwe nkwada nsohwe a wo tro ne anigi a wode twroye yankopon na enka wo ho na ma me fa frefoi e wa homa so hello
ABY
eja
then the papa yaw adodona fam sekma yo make a seki sekma bet enimu ho
yo papa mi enti o
mom peni fam ho na mama oba ma boduma papa ni stam share ABY the mechanic say former president John Mahama oni bibia mo my Ghana o ABY share ya sonso o ya sonsa yesi ehu de modu o my Ghana he first and enko school no ana ye kan meet ya na ye dey tumo he said obi akọ school what you say share ebi mo ye free education ebi mo say ba me say o se ba me ye okada na mo okada ya duma ABY okada kwa ya duma sempo na da say no okada say ya duma ABY you know, me say, oh my Ghana, obi bia, education be, abobi bia, mata ye toba na, emi pibe wini. The mama oni shi mo my Ghana.
Yeah, that's a paya. Hello.
Hello.
Eja udini baby afefe.
Ye pemi ni kwesi.
Mbacho so udini saying.
Kwesi mi.
Yo, kwesi mi enti o.
Yo, mi pasa mi kani say nada. Too much. Another matter, Mama, Mrs. Say, Obama Kada, voters, the MP Okada, the company, drop or test and a walk on. Cautious, Humanai, on Casa, boy, Humanama, no big Mama, Obama Okada, no Muchita and Nambuho. Well, I didn't see no company, cautious, drop. No, do my DNA.
Yeah, that's it, Papa, Minia. Hello.
Hello.
Eja udini baby afefe.
Your friend is Steve. If every couple of months.
Yo, Steve, to assume
Yo, and I must find a much of name, someone we are dead and a day. Now, I'm not going to say, politicians, they are not all my promise. In their desperation to win power, no, promise to be in the no more person. They will share and this manifesto now. They will say they are desperate for power. It you know someone sit down for my but they will say, you can't even get the opportunity.
Yeah, that's Seminia. Hello.
Palace Neo.
Yo,
make a free and mamole.
Yo, fellas to assume.
Hey, Collins, so yes, Collins.
And yeah, no be a nunkakra.
Anyway, oh, my God, Mammy, here with you for amateur money, having a money, or so many go.
Yo,
Many Abba, Papa, I will need to wait. Coffee alone. Only penny be a Cassana.
I'm penning for me, Nuni, and you are what has say. And then you could fear Pelwas and could fear Pel your betrayal.
Okay.
Hello, Eja udini baby afefe.
I'm a good evening.
Good evening, Eja udini baby afefe.
My family out.
Yo, ya to assume.
Pipacho,
essentially for you when you and we have manifesto a war obey for this example, there are two or there are mamma or bar or better forecast name. Mom. I think I can't go a promise you and communicate. The cake I don't go mouse as I promise you communicate. I heard your mamma palm, meaning your mamma Saturday 70. So, John Macassa or the previous circle, remember about Americans or boss. So I said, of a chair car. I just me. I'm the fool, some of his fool, 40 Zomowa. No to fool, on his no fool. I 18 step. Come on, a young folk on. But it is a 3 Move some of my 18 step as a Muslim. A 40 days for Muga for Muga for Muga for Madame answers.
Yes, yeah, that's it, Eja. Hello.
The home, the town, Ghana food. Chiabunina, Afon and Nikasam. Mammy, share. We see, say, only a truthful Afro Griadi or Cassie, the Carcosura, Fenon Frusa. Share anything not trust what and a frog won't be down. Until say, and this is foot on every come a Ghana for Ghana food. Tax, you pay away tax. Share Ghana for who got the mamma and this is why. Almost see, a mobile family my foca. After now, almost me cat a pay. And I said, this everywhere. Me after maybe Saturday, Fatu Munia say
for almost allowance, allowance.
Because one would trick from you, so I say almost a university. Then I could follow Babu or see free education. Ghana, you know, Piaco free. And the Adena University, Castle, Mayor University free, no Piago. Who Castle Bay University? Me ba we but your part. But you know, as at now, they have not been able to come out to tell Ghana and say whether you pay 50% or 60% or 70%. So all that I'm saying is NDC is their alliance. You see, all that they are saying, they are desperate of power. So they want to come to power, they have to promise for Ghanaians so that Ghanaians will vote for them.
Yeah, that's CFO. And Chemun almost almost 50%. Hello.
Hello.
Ejaudini baby, I'll free.
Befi Batin Kofodo.
Yo, Befi Kofodo, for whom you are trusting my mini abema.
You. Manifesto. Asampa bia matini se woye hwe eye people's manifesto matina si metie all two parties nina yafuna awo party we no waja de papa yakopam wo mu ni de papa sa manifesto we me catch you say president na wo ma ba no do to no be take that manifesto ndi yakobu wo man so What's your sector? What you mean, say, what call a nipping chain and woman could do for mamma, or mine would be anything is young. What's education sector? What was one consult to woman? If you cry religion, Kurano, Omko, Emma, almost can't listen. Who call a Yusua, agree, can't listen. Who call various area? What means the people's manifesto? One may say it's the NDC back. Power Yamio Madu, no more, but no more day, some manifesto. It will be the best government among West Africa has it.
Yes, yeah, that's it, Papa Minia. Abusha Yamfa Afefo no Esiana Memra, Efi Hebio, and Pennyfono Edaso Ewoha, Yawo, Mr. Nyamche, Ewofia Sadaso, and your Mr. Bismarck Kofi so Ewo Hassin. And Pennyfo, Mamisha Sinfus, Mr. Nyamche. Manifesto no, Diahin ne Womua a ya. Sempenifo somu ya ebemo mine twimi akona nimu tu nyina.
Okay, so me share this manifesto no more de tutu dwa nyina no ebia ni wa se omo ya emwa o mane ma o mane enkona nim ba baby me challenge no woni ye baby on benya sika o de be found for free SHS no person o de call private schools
no
eno de so wa hwa most Ghana ha no almost can or man in timite unze we Ghana say basic schools no private ones they the best. Private ones need very good. But secondary schools now government ones in the majority and they good. Two ones or more less and down schools no amuntimi nya grade than net one call even those fancy permanent they are no. And they might even that computer school selecting placement in a buy. It was almost someone that could these that private schools now. Almost so that could do any of their Canadian they are then. It's no say Emra or more differences in the private schools in yes and commonly abanish at least. The whole back baby for government school bon 1,000 Ghana. You can give that one per students now Mubinyano. You can give that as a coupon to them. And then you top up. So if they can implement it, it's a good idea. For that one, it's a good idea. And OMPP manifesto Nensua, had the more cast per se, yes, small scale businesses no. They want to digitize their payment system, said the because tax the I want to manage a bit more. Some person more easy. Emma will be a timmy etuana or more will be a bum. So multimedia a dear beboa. Any industrialization, any agri compensate or more a cautionary 1 district 1 factory agri business. So I think if they will generate the revenue to support it, all are good ideas.
You, my member, Mr. Yamcheso.
No.
Mr. Yamcheso, no free.
Right. So, I can say, yeah, NDC manifesto, for example, especially on the side of money laundry, page 33, very important to me, because you need good face. I mean, good character when it comes to money laundering on the global world. I mean, the global communities, because Ghana, most often, the entire brand here as a money laundering country. In the end, this is those money laundering issues, and I'm very happy about that, because anyone that causes this kind of corruption, party finance and and then another aspect of 50% processing of cocoa. I think most often you export the entire cocoa without processing. I think just a few big processor was in that. I think 50% there. And good. We should move away from Ghana having that index to say Ghana is the world cocoa exporter. So we should just leave that kind of record. Now, yeah, sure how you develop Ghana with cocoa in terms of say processing, creative jobs. Very, very key. And then I'm also happy about the textile aspect. You say textiles creating more employment than even other industrial programs. And it's a very reviving the textile community there. I mean, the industry there. I think it's a perfect thing for us to do to create more jobs. And I think NDC spoke about that. And then people also is trying to do something more on the construction of roads now there. I think we need more trains, because Osho Kufrudia, for example, now back Kufrudia to Accra, and we'll train from Kufrudia to Accra. I'm not sure if Accra very congested. People will just stay in Kufrudia, pick train, time the train, come to work in Accra. But we are not a back. Until once a congestion, then I think they should look at putting the railways by the roadsides. Men far railways go to bush. Abraham Untumi Amfro. And I think in both Lancaster, you will be one more. Apart from the tax cuts and the other forms of populist policies, be on the by no MBY.
Yeah, the must say, empering for one more mode, Ababoye, and you may, Abusham, empering for me, no, ya, when you na a 200 year, and summer famu, when in pan and you may, Wajibre, Ababoy, or Yamiche, a Jikwaku, chartered accountant, tax consultant, and I just say you may, Wabeta Yechi, Peter Bismarck Kofi. Also, Mr. Kamo, Institute for Liberty and Policy Innovation, Yadomase, papa, and I'm producer so Ebo Michidom. Listo Wakwajo for Jabedna Wasantia Sedu, and a Quamkulin, Facebook Live, James Sanjeko, and a dear Tumu. Na Ebushia, Miguso Kaiwo, and Yumrei, any and Sano Benumoa, Club Beer, Ewo Honomo, Cassiano, Etua Cassiano, Wabwa Biano, Ebufi, Brasso saw the Quadiska, Etudia, say, Hango, Hankam. Wo bottles ni bi wo honum create so se dodo bia no wo de kwa ye bema wusika club mini no anase large no ni nyina bottles no woje ABL factory mpani force yanka nche wo sese wo frɛ wo po se wo meje a wo beba abeje wo frɛ wo ni a wo beba abeje number no eye 05016858896 na me ka hu bia no watch me ate everywhere. Wo no monsana nwa mwani ada honom Franco Trading Enterprise. Ene aseda ne de mabon se wobo ye chidom ena gbebe heba center. Putie live ewo GM Radio London sada so ena Fire One Radio ewo Colorado US abrochiman emu yada mpanimfo atena mu nyinaa ase se wajibre ene yen atena anwumre. Belated happy birthday emfa emma Elder Samuel Enini Church of Pentecost ene Finland na wabusua ni nyinaa se omoma happy belated birthday. Yada mwasi ha abusua ebesan ahia eda ukuada manifesto no a yebekom me so ye ne yade nyame asem na eto aso ama wo madam ase ma moniti a munyimi phone.
Hi, this is CC Winans and you're listening to Adom FM 106.3 Yay Talk.